Health headlines now. When we think summer, we think of hot and sunny weather, but we should also consider our health and well-being. That sunburn we just got, it could turn deadly. David Harker is here with some possible life-saving information tonight. David?
That's right, AJ. Sunscreen. We use it during the summer months to protect ourselves from that ultraviolet radiation. But there are many different types of sunscreen out there. Does it really make a difference on what kind we use or have in our beach bag, or do we even need it at all? I have the 411 on this SPF, and I promise it won't burn.
Summertime allows us to enjoy outdoor activities, such as working in the yard or laying out at the beach. The sun factors in all these fun activities, although it can play a big role in our health. Over 1 million people in the United States are diagnosed with skin cancer each year, but it can be preventable. The best protection during these sunny summer days is sunscreen. All sunscreens are required by the FDA to contain a sun protection factor, or what we know as SPF. It is recommended to use a sunscreen with an SPF of at least 15. The graph shown here shows the effectiveness of different SPFs and their absorption percentage. When properly used, an SPF of 30 protects against 97% of UVB rays versus 93% protection with an SPF of 15.
There is no sunscreen available that will give you 100% efficacy against or protection against the sun.
If you are one of the many people that think you should only apply sunscreen during the summer months, think again.
We need sunscreen whether there is snow, sand, or water nearby, and you should actually use more sunscreen in those instances because those products are actually reflective of the sun.
If you are heading to the pool or beach, you may notice the terms water-resistant or waterproof on sunscreen labels. But do these terms actually hold true?
That's correct. In June of 2011, the FDA mandated new sunscreen labeling to all the manufacturers, where they've done away with the name waterproof because there's actually no sunscreens that are waterproof or that are sun blocks at this point. In terms of waterproof, they've changed this now to water resistant and very water resistant to denote either 40 minutes or 80 minutes of protection in immersion into water.
When applying sunscreen, Dr. Helen Desab-Barish recommends only applying 1 ounce or 1 shot glass full. A new study suggests that zinc oxide, a common ingredient in sunscreen, can increase the risk of skin cancer. When asked about this study, Dr. Desab-Barish is quick to refute these claims.
There have been many studies to refute that study that you mentioned at Missouri University to show that it does not cause skin cancer.
But for some people, sunscreen doesn't help.
Regardless of what SPF I'm wearing, no matter what sunscreen I'm wearing, it burns.
Sarah told me about a recent experience with sunscreen and how it didn't meet her expectations.
I put on SPF once in the morning, sunscreen, and it was, I think it was a Neutrogena Helioplex brand or something like that. I put it on once and I stayed pretty much in the shade all day and still burnt.
If you plan on being outside, take Sarah's advice.
You really should continue to put it on several times during the day.
And if you plan on using an SPF of 15, it means it would take 15 times longer than using no protection at all. So if you're considering burning in 20 minutes, it would be more like 5 hours that it would take to actually burn in the sun.
Okay. Now, you were saying that Dr. Barish, she also recommends looking for sunscreen with the term broad spectrum. Go a little bit about that.
Yeah, what that really means is that you should protect yourself with both the UVA and the UVB radiation. So that's just something to consider.
Now, what's the difference between UVA and UVB? Because we hear that all the time. What's the difference there?
Well, they both penetrate the skin, and the big difference is the UVA actually penetrates deeper, and that usually occurs and helps skin aging and wrinkles, while the UVB, it's mostly the culprit of the sunburns, skin damage, and ultimately it could lead to skin cancer.
All right, good stuff. Thanks a lot, David.